So I almost died.
You sure did, bud. I was there for the whole thing.
Literally right before you got married.
The night before at the rehearsal dinner.
Yeah, I almost died before Jacob's wedding, and I'm not exaggerating.
No.
I 100% did. So let's get into it. So yeah, the night before the wedding, this episode is going to be all about the wedding because it just happened. So the night before the wedding, there was a rehearsal dinner because that's how weddings work.
Yeah, to rehearse things.
And it was at your parents' house, and your parents got like a food truck, and I was like, oh, that's cool. You know, freaking fried food. Hell yeah.
Yep.
I was a little bit nervous because there was a lot of attractive people, a lot of awesome friends.
And you're number 2 in the wedding.
Yeah, and I'm high up there. So I was like, I'm gonna go get some food, and like there were people getting food with me, and so I got my food first.
Okay.
Out of like the group that I was with.
Yeah.
And I was standing there, and I got just like a chicken sandwich, and I was standing there, and I was like,
safe bet. Like you didn't want to do anything too heavy.
No, I was like, yeah, because I was drinking. I had 2 beers at that point. I didn't have any more beer the rest of the night.
No,
I couldn't.
You tried.
But so I'm standing there, and I'm like anxious and nervous, so I'm like, well, let me just take a little bite of my chicken sandwich while I'm standing here. People are waiting for the food, so I like cut a piece off the chicken sandwich and put it in my mouth, and as I swallowed it, I go, oh, that was a little like I had to like force it down, and I took a little swig of beer to like push it down.
Yeah.
And then I immediately was just like, ooh,
yeah.
Like it got stuck in my sternum, or like esophagus or whatever,
yes.
and like I immediately just started like spitting up. And I'm standing outside in front of this food truck, and I was just like, ooh. And I just started like pretending like I was like coughing, like, ooh, I swallowed something wrong, because I did. But then I was like, oh, I have to like throw up. Like my body was like, and I was like, what the fuck happened? And I like go to throw up, and it's just like liquid. It's just like water.
It's just spit.
It's just spit, yeah, because I have this piece of chicken stuck in my esophagus. And literally, it was stuck in my fucking esophagus for 18 hours. I missed the entire rehearsal dinner.
Yep.
I came down for part of it, but then I was just throwing up in your yard every 5 minutes. We were like, hey, let's practice walking down. And the girl I was with was like, she was like, are you drunk? And I was like, no, I swallowed chicken wrong. People thought I was like drunk and sick. And I was like, no, I had 2 beers and I just can't breathe. So it was like, dude, it hurt so bad. I even at one point, Taylor, one of the best men, was like, do you want me to give you the Heimlich? And I was like, dude, at this point, I don't know what to do. Please give me the Heimlich. So like we went around the corner, and he starts like choking on me.
Are you talking about the Heimlich?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a story to tell, actually.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Do you want to finish yours?
Yeah. Grab a stool.
No, I can just squat for a second, because I don't think I told you about this yesterday when I worked.
Oh, well, we were talking about Robert lightly choking.
Yeah, because it was a wedding.
Right.
Yeah. Do you need a mic?
Sorry. Well, I'll steal one of yours.
Okay. Well, Izzy's here now. Yeah, so I'm like, I need the Heimlich. And Taylor's like, okay, I'll give you the Heimlich. I was like, he's like, it's going to hurt. And I was like, okay, I need it. So he like fucking grabs me and like starts like humping me basically and like forcing it out. And I'm just vomiting, but the chicken's not moving. And it's just like liquid. It's just, dude, it hurts so bad. And then my chest hurt and it didn't come out. And then the rehearsal dinner ended. And then I was like, well, I got to go home, but I can't breathe.
Yeah.
So then I didn't sleep at all.
Yep. Night before my wedding.
Night before the wedding, didn't sleep at all because I was throwing up the entire night. Straight liquid. There was like, I was just throwing up in my bathtub, just like throwing myself against the bathtub, trying to like.
Because you were probably drinking so much liquid.
Well, I was trying to force. I was trying to force it down with liquid, but it was stuck. So like I would swallow the liquid and then it would get stuck here and it wouldn't go down. So then I'd throw up the liquid. It was brutal, dude. It hurt so bad. It hurts so bad, but apparently it happens to Jacob all the time.
Yeah, I'll get into that, but what's your Heimlich story?
Yeah, so they've talked about this all the time, and it's really funny. So I work at a bar, and yesterday was Sunday, right?
Yes.
It's Monday.
Today's Monday.
Yes. So yesterday was Sunday, and I had a really slow Sunday. So at one point, I just had this one family in my bar. It was like 3:00 in the afternoon, and it was a mom and a dad and their child. And the child ordered a kid's hamburger with French fries, and they always get like a really big bag of fruit snacks with it
for the
child's meal. And this kid starts eating his hamburger, and I am sitting at the end of the bar, like literally sitting, like reading a book or something.
Because you're bored.
Because they're my only table. They are the only table in the restaurant. I don't have anybody at my bar. These are the only people I'm taking care of. All of a sudden, I look over, and the father has the child up on the they're in one of the booths. So the kid is sitting up on the booth, and the dad is like giving him the Heimlich.
Oh my God.
And so as a server, I was like, ooh.
Because that's terrifying.
I need to like go up and offer them like, can I call 911 for you? Is there anything I can do for you? So I woke up and the mom is like, no, he's fine. He does this all the time.
What? He does it all the time. How old is the kid?
He's probably like a 7-year-old.
Okay.
Like a 6 or 7-year-old. So like definitely like a kid.
But at least the dad can manhandle him.
But-
I had Taylor trying to manhandle me, and it's like he's picking up the same weight.
While he's doing the Heimlich, he's like, say hi, say hi, say hi. And the kid is like, hi, hi.
Oh, just trying to get that force out? Jesus. I guess that works.
And so I look over to the mom and I'm like, can I get you anything? And she was like, no. I was like, okay. So I walk over to the end of the bar and they were like, no, like 20 minutes later, I walk over and I'm like, so how are we doing? Do we need the check? Do we need any boxes?
Do we need an
like,
ambulance?
Trying to be a server, knowing that your child just almost died in my booth. And they were like, no, he does this all the time. Like I said, and I was like, oh. And so for me, my flashback was like, oh my God, is this a child going through what they go through?
This is the first time it's happened to me. First time it's happened to me.
But it's a kid and he doesn't know how to be like, because he was saying like, I'm choking, but he kept saying hi. So the dad was like, you're not choking.
Yeah.
You can breathe.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he was going through the same thing where like, and then like
It's just
20
too big
minutes
of a
later,
bite.
he was like fine. He was eating his hamburger, but then he started choking on a piece of his fruit snack and his mom went, you're done. Just took all of
Yeah, if
his
you choke
food
twice
away
in a
from him.
meal, I only choked once and then didn't eat for 20 hours.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I was
So
afraid
I
to put
wonder if
anything
it
in my
was that
body.
kind of thing, but I heard you guys talking about that, and I was like, I wonder if that's what they're talking about.
Yeah,
So
I
I
had
had a 6-year-old child almost die at my bar.
So did he swallow it or did he cough it up?
I didn't clean anything coughed up, so
yeah, 'cause that's
probably he swallowed
scary.
it.
Because he could just vomit all over the bar.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was throwing up because I first heard him like crying, like sobbing, and I was like, he's throwing up all over this fucking table.
At the end of my fucking throw up, I had nothing in me. I was dry heaving because my body was like, you got to throw up. Something's stuck in here.
I've done
but
that.
it doesn't work. So
Yeah.
I'm just like,
It's just,
and then I'm like,
there's no liquid.
I was
it's
coughing
just
up.
what's
I was
stuck.
coughing up fucking blood, but it wasn't blood.
Are you okay?
No, I wasn't.
Are you now?
Yeah, I'm better. I can eat now. But I was coughing up blood because I had thrown up so much that it was like dried blood from my throat.
Yeah.
Because it just from sore.
Yeah.
So like it was just red. And I was like, oh God. And then when Jacob's mom asked me the next day, did you throw up blood? I went, no. Because I was like, it wasn't blood, but it was just because throwing up so much.
Not like I'm not coughing up blood for it to be like a cause of concern.
No, it
I'm
was-
coughing up blood on like a normal basis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just like, yeah, that's
It's normal.
My throat hurt
Yeah.
so bad. My esophagus hurt. Oh,
So,
it was brutal.
Yeah, that was the first time that I almost had a child die at my restaurant.
That would suck.
That's my
If
story.
a kid died.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Bye.
So, but this is an issue I have every other day
Jesus Christ. But you said yours only last like 30 minutes?
because I know how to handle them. So no, they'll only last a couple minutes now.
Yeah. What's wild is like you told me what to do and I was like, I can't.
Yes.
Because
So what happens to
explain
me?
it. I know for a fact that I didn't chew enough.
Yes.
And it was a too big of a bite and that's what got stuck. And everyone's like, you gotta chew better. And I was like, yeah, I get it. But it happens to you a lot. So apparently you're chewing fine.
I might not be, but
You just get in a hurry.
sure. But I don't even eat that fast. So what happens to me is I'll get something caught like right here. I just looked up the name of it.
Oh, it has a name?
Yeah,
Because
it-
apparently like I met like a family member of yours that also deals with this.
Dysphagia refers to the sensation of food sticking or getting caught in the base of the throat or the chest after swallowing.
Dude, mine was like literally like right like in between my like chest blades.
So apparently my uncle also goes through this constantly. So for me, it's whenever we're all eating and you see me get up and go to the kitchen,
Yeah.
I'm dealing with that.
Dude, you immediately, the first thing that happened to me was just like, I was just like spitting up.
Yep.
Like it was just like, I was like, but it was just like nasally liquid.
No, so that's your body trying to lubricate
trying
your
to lubricate your,
Yeah, that
and
is your
and
body.
you're just trying to spit it out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's your body adapting to the situation.
It
that's in.
sucked.
So the way my uncle deals with it is he says he lays down and just kind of wiggles and that just kind of loosens shit
It
up.
loosens it up. Yeah.
But what I do is I fill up a like kind of open glass of water and I just
get
chug
that
it
air.
and you feel it like kind of hit and then you just have to keep drinking water and you will push through
you
it.
have to push it.
So I know what that feels like and how to fix it. And that's what I kept explaining to you is like, this is the only way
The
through.
first, that's so 18 hours later.
Yeah. You finally.
I did solve it using that technique.
Yes.
But it was so scary because I was in Jacob's front yard.
Yeah.
It's 1:00 we're the bachelors are together, getting ready to put on our suits and go to the wedding, and I can't breathe.
Yeah.
I feel like shit. Look, I didn't sleep at all. Look like shit. Like, it was just like, I was like, and people were like, you gotta go to the doctor, and I was like, no, I can't miss the wedding. It's like, he's like, I'll go tomorrow if it's still lasting.
If you don't eat for 2 days. Yeah.
But I eventually, like, I chugged some water, and it's such a weird feeling because it just sits in you. So then you start panicking because you're drowning.
Yeah, you can't breathe.
You can't breathe because you have water stuck in you that's not going, because you swallow it, but then it gets stuck in your esophagus, and then you can't throw it up because I've been throwing up so much that like so I was like and then eventually it just went, it just
you
flushed.
have to add more
and then
to
I was
it.
just like, I'm
Done.
fine.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, Jesus Christ,
That's the
I'm
thing.
fine.
Once it's done, it's completely done. Because
It
eventually,
was so scary because I was just like, the water just went down my throat.
yeah.
Like,
And I was like, all right, drink a little more. Make sure that goes down
just
too.
ease it in. But dude, I was in so much pain.
Because I know how to fix it now. Because that's
So the first time it happened, did you like freak out?
I think this has happened since like high school.
Holy
for me.
shit.
Yeah, it happens way more now.
This is the first time it's ever happened to
I
me.
think smoking adds a little bit to it because
it's
I'm
dry.
dried
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes it a little worse. And sometimes I need to think of like to drink something beforehand.
Friday night, I had 2 beers and wasn't smoking at all.
Just hit an
Dude,
angle.
I tried so many things. So I tried laying down on the couch like your uncle suggested, and I tried rolling around, and that just made liquid come up my throat, and I had to throw up.
That's it moving around.
Moving around, and then I tried doing yoga poses,
Sure.
like downward dog or whatever, to try and get it in a different thing. But it was so deep that I couldn't get it to move up, so the only option was to push it down.
Yeah. No, and that's where you just have to shove water.
So then
down.
I was like, let me try chugging some Sprite, get some bubbly, maybe. That didn't
I don't
work.
think that helps at all.
That didn't work. I was just thinking of ideas, and then I tried.
I do room temp water because that is such a neutral thing.
But then I was like, well, let me try shotgunning something.
Yeah.
Let me try shotgunning like a beer, just because like it's a forceful power of liquid going down here, and I just immediately shotgun throw up.
Yeah.
Like it was so bad, and I was like, I got to deliver an 8-minute speech, and I can't breathe. What the hell's going on?
Should have just listened to me.
Dude, I was trying so hard to push it down, but then I was, dude, when I was by myself,
you literally had the expert there.
But when I was by myself at home, I was like trying to drink tea and trying to drink water, and like I was like, there was a few times where the water was stuck in my throat. And like I couldn't, because I was so empty, couldn't throw up, but couldn't get it to go down. So I was literally like kicking. It's like I was starting a motorcycle. I was trying to kick in order to get the water to throw up because I was suffocating. Well, it was the scariest, and it's like 3 a.m. and I'm by myself. I just pass out and die.
Well, that's what I was worried about.
Jacob was like texting me all night, being like, "Are you
checking in?
Are you alive?"
Well, no, because there was one point I woke up at like 7, and I was like, oh, "Fuck, I hope he's alive." Because that's like imagine if you fucking died on my wedding day.
That's what it felt. I feel like that's what was going to happen.
Me too.
And then in my head, I was like, that means someone has to read my speech.
Yeah, and it's going to be really awkward.
It's going to be really uncomfortable and awkward, and we'll get to that later when we talk about the wedding. But it's just like, oh God.
No, like until you responded, I was like anxious that morning of like, he could be dead.
Well, because I luckily did pass out at like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And then woke up at like 8.
Yeah.
Because I had thrown up so much, and then I was just like burping a ton. And then I eventually just passed out due to exhaustion, but I was able to sleep through that. And then I woke up and I felt a little bit better, and I took a hot shower like on my chest, and then like I was like, I'm feeling a little bit better, but not perfect.
Yeah.
And I was driving to like the venue the next morning to set up. And as I'm driving, I'm like, oh fuck. And I throw up in my car, just right on my passenger seat because I'm driving, and I'm just like,
couldn't even open a window.
And I'm just like, God damn it, dude. And I get there and I'm like, I feel like shit.
Yeah. But at like 1 p.m., you finally drank water hard enough.
18 hours, dude.
So no, it's literally you just have to do that.
It was brutal, but that is how I almost died.
On my wedding day.
On Jacob's wedding day.
During my wedding day, yes.
Yeah, during your wedding weekend, where it's like, you shouldn't have to be worrying about me.
Yeah.
I should be the least of your worries. I'm the best man. I'm supposed to be taking care of you.
No, I was worried you were going to die.
Yeah. But this is the Moist Monday podcast where we're barely alive.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. Welcome back to the Moist Monday podcast. How's everyone doing? I'm Robert, the guy that almost died. That's Jacob,
the one who just got married.
The newlywed. Yeah. We're going to talk about the freaking wedding.
So I will say it fucking went really well. Surprisingly,
can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
How did the rehearsal go?
Oh, fine.
How did the rehearsal dinner go?
Because I would just see you in the upstairs bathroom. I knew if the light was on, he's still choking.
Yeah, I was at Jacob's parents' house, which is weird because I was like, man, I've been married since high school.
Yep.
And then I was just like, well, good thing I know where the bathrooms are.
Yep.
And I threw up in 2 of the 3 bathrooms.
Sure did.
In the rehearsal dinner, which when I was in high school, I threw up in all 3.
In one weekend.
Yeah, in one weekend. That's because I was drunk and hungover.
Yeah.
No, this is because I was dying.
Yep. But no, rehearsal went well.
How was it?
I mean, rehearsal was fine. We didn't do much. It was mostly just hanging out.
But it was a beautiful night.
Mm-hmm. No, it all
Food
went
truck.
super well.
Yeah, you had
Except for you. Yeah.
It was so funny. I felt so embarrassed because like the everyone was in the backyard and there was just a bathroom window.
Yep.
And I was like, anytime I stand up, people are just going to see me pacing.
That's what I was looking for. Yeah. No, I was talking to Taylor and just over his shoulder, I could see you up there. Like,
and then you just hear. It was so bad.
But no, rehearsal was simple, nothing super special.
Yeah, because there's not much to really.
No, it's
kind
not
of. It
that
kind of just happens, you know.
So we mainly did the rehearsal the morning of.
Yeah,
when
and I was
everyone
also
went to bed.
dying.
Yeah, you were still dying at that point. Yeah, because my biggest issue is when we were setting up the venue. I was in charge of the sound stuff because I built the playlist and all that.
Yeah.
And the sound kept not working. And when I would talk to the lady about that, she's like, "Oh, this never happened." And she'd be like, kind of leave it at that. I'm like, all right, well, it is.
That's what's so because
so
you were like,
we need to.
He was like, I don't want to DJ. We talked about this a ton on the podcast. So he was like, I'm just gonna make a Spotify playlist, which the playlist was great.
Yeah, it did well.
But it sucks because the sound system. And I was talking to Wes. I was like, man, the venue was cool, but we had issues. And he's like, oh man, that sucks. Because he's done events at that place before, and he's like, "Oh, but we've had like a DJ, so they bring in their own speakers."
Oh, sure, yeah.
And he's like, "We've never used their speakers," and I'm like, "It's a venue; they should have good shit."
Well, and they have like they offered the speaker system too.
And then also, what's kind of frustrating is it didn't go very loud.
Yeah,
it went loud.
It wasn't loud enough, and also they couldn't dim the lights. Which was weird.
It's like
because we asked them to do that, and they just kind of started shutting off random halves of the room, and we're like, "Well, this
I feel like
is
that's
not
something.
working."
I mean, it sucks because you get one shot at this, you get one opportunity.
It
don't
seems
let it
like
slip.
this would have been an issue beforehand.
No, but I feel like that's something like you don't even think about because there's a million things to think about. But if you're planning a wedding and you go to a venue,
you trust the venue to know how to venue.
But maybe if you're listening to this, be like, hey, can we test out the sound system? Can we test out the lights?
Yeah.
Even though I would never think about that because a venue should take care of that.
Yeah, because this is something that all weddings
and you're paying
need.
thousands of dollars to use this building.
No, so there's that. I heard that the staff was a little mean to our guests, even though the staff got paid a shit ton.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I heard from a lot of people is that they were like snippy with them. I was like, that's unnecessary.
Yeah. I guess they weren't like snippy at me, but I could tell they like weren't having fun.
But like they made hundreds of dollars that night.
I get that it was an open bar,
but no, they still their tip is a part of what we pay at the end of the night.
Oh, so they guaranteed.
And also, yeah, and the guaranteed was like over 100 each.
Yeah, so that I mean, I do get it because if you're bartending a wedding. And it's an open bar because I went up and every time I got a beer for free, I didn't tip.
Sure, but their tip jar was full.
It was full.
Yeah, the entire time.
I only bought one drink the entire night because it ran out of open bar, but then there was still more beer.
Yep.
But I was like, well, I already ordered rum and Coke, so I'll just buy it and then I'll drink free beer. Yeah. But it was nice to be able to swallow.
Yeah.
And enjoy things
Finally.
at the wedding.
Yeah.
But the wedding was gorgeous.
No, and everybody killed it. Our sound guy Jordan, who's been on the podcast, I really threw all that shit at him last minute.
You were like, hey, do you want to be like the announcer guy? Because that's something a DJ would do. Yeah, and he does great because he does announcing at like a comedy club.
Yeah, and like I gave him like all the info, but I was like, I don't really know how to properly do this info. Does this all make sense? And he fucking killed it.
And he killed it. And he had an iPad in charge of the music and shit, which was nice. And yeah, I think he did a great job because you were like literally the day before, just like. Would you be wanted?
Well, I mentioned to him before, and he was like, "Yeah," and then we just didn't talk about it. And I was like, "Oh, you probably need info."
Here's a kind of a list of what we're doing.
But he took that list and ran with it and nailed it, which was super fucking nice.
He picked a good person because he's comfortable on the mic, he's comfortable talking, and he's good at making jokes, and he had fun.
Yeah, and the wedding party all did super well. The ceremony went great. Like, dude, everything was great.
It was a gorgeous ceremony. It was beautiful. The venue was really beautiful. I loved the lights, and I really liked the altar.
Yeah, Izzy's dad built that.
Yeah, and then your sisters like put flowers on it.
Yeah.
Dude, it was simple, but it looked really pretty. I'm excited to see the photos.
Me too, yeah. Because we went in some our fucking photographer was incredible.
The photographer was so fun. She just was having a blast.
Send whatever photos we have at this point.
Yeah.
She said she took like 1,500. So
I mean, that's what you got to do.
It'll take months to get them all back.
It really takes months.
She said something along the lines, because but also she's the fucking best.
Yeah, she was like, oh, you guys should. because she came over and took like groomsmen photos, and she was like, "You guys should probably all get another beer."
Yeah, and like she liked that we were like willing to be silly and shit like that.
And she was like, "Man, you guys are having fun. I'm having fun. Let's just have fun." Like it was like it's great. We did we set up a podcast area at the wedding.
Yeah.
And like so people could record messages, and I'm going to edit that to wedding photos once the photos come out.
Sure.
Because I don't want you to just have to sit there and listen to a podcast.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if it was like a slideshow.
Sure.
Of people just going, I used to know this guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you listened to any of it at all?
No.
Okay.
But I was a part of a few of them.
Sure.
One of my favorite ones, it was towards the end of the night. It was me and Taylor, and then your mom came over.
Okay.
So we got your mom on the pod, and Taylor was like, give me a medium memory of Jacob.
A medium?
A medium memory. Like he's like, don't give me like a worst memory or like a favorite memory.
Yeah.
Give me like just a medium memory. The first one that comes in your head. And I don't even remember what I said, but I was like, this is the first thing that came to my mind.
All right.
And Taylor was like, that's a medium memory. And I was like, I don't know. It was about a kayak.
Oh, okay, sure.
But it was fun. And then we asked your mom, like, what's a medium memory of your son? And that was fun.
Sure.
I don't remember what she said because I was a little drunk.
All right.
But I was like, this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun. And I'm curious who all left messages because
Yeah, me
was,
too.
it was kind of in the corner. So
And we didn't advertise it super well,
No.
but like I think enough people went over there.
I think Jaden left
a lot.
a
Yeah,
lot of them.
because I would like come out of the bathroom and see him over there.
And he's just going, what's happening to YouTube?
Yeah.
It was a gorgeous ceremony. The food was really good. Was that taproom food?
It's their catering thing, which I was worried about because when we had it, they did like a taste test where they cooked everything that they offer. And the one we had, the pasta we had there wasn't great, but fantastic.
The pasta was really good.
Yeah, I was
and
super happy about that.
I was so nervous to eat it. Because it was, you were like, oh, it's pasta. And then when I get up there, I put pasta on my plate. And then the next thing that I opened was chicken. And I was like, God damn it.
Vietnam flashbacks.
I'm afraid of chicken. But I was like, well, I got to eat it. And then like literally I was sitting next to Taylor and his wife.
Watching you chew.
And his wife. And they were both like, chew it. Because he was like, we ate dinner and then I had to give the first speech. Yep. So that I was so nervous, but I was like, I gotta get food in me. I haven't eaten in 20 hours. And then I'm gonna be a little drunk for my speech.
Yeah, which probably worked.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think of my speech?
I think you fucking killed it, bud. No, all the speeches were fantastic.
Your dad gave me a handshake after the speech.
How'd that feel?
Dude, he like leaned over and I was like, oh my God. Dude, it was awesome.
Yeah.
I felt so proud.
But let's go back to the beginning of the wedding day. All the boys were hanging out.
Oh, yes.
And
dude.
I finally got to give you my big surprise.
Dude, yes. The surprise we've been teasing it for a while.
Yeah.
Well, at least if you listen to the Power Hour, Jacob and I kept just flirting with secrets.
Sure, yeah.
We were like, just wait till you see what I have.
So when I asked everyone to be a groomsman or best man, as
here.
people know from the first episode where I was engaged, I gave Robert a sword.
Yes.
With best man, like... engraved on there. And so all the groomsmen also got a sword, and I bought myself a sword with groom engraved on.
Your sword's sick.
Yeah,
dude.
my sword's so awesome.
It's so big.
Yeah.
It's so big.
And then everyone thought that was just that was the nice like little gift. But for the day of my wedding, while the boys were hanging out, I had bought 2 ballistic gel dummies.
Dude, okay, yeah.
Like
pause.
If you've watched
Mythbusters
or Deadliest Warriors, I couldn't get the ones with like the full stomach and stuff because those cost like $6,000.
No, but I didn't even know this was a plausible thing you could buy and own.
I'll find the website.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. But like he bought 2, so it's basically like shoulders and up ballistics dummies with full skeletons, full ballistic skin, and they put blood in the skeleton, in like the skull. When I saw those, I was like, you can own these? You
sure can.
I mean, they were expensive.
Yeah. Where's the website?
We just did it for fun, but holy shit.
So the company is Ballistic Dummy Lab. And I was, because I had like gone online and looked at it, be like, all right, I'll do that and that. And I looked up because it said like, you want to receive it close to when you're using it because they can melt and stuff.
Yeah, because it's ballistics. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like kind of Jello. I don't know.
I don't know.
I've been watching a lot of Mythbusters lately because they inspired me to watch Mythbusters. And they like make their own ballistics
they pour
a lot.
Powder and
it's like a weird
liquid.
type of,
yeah.
but it replicates flesh, I guess.
Kind of. I guess.
I don't know exactly what it is,
don't
but
know.
it's badass, dude.
Yeah.
We'll have photos on the screen if you guys are watching on YouTube or Spotify.
So I'd seen like, it said like 2 to 3 days shipping. I was like, awesome. So we have time. And then I looked again kind of close to the wedding, like 2 weeks out, and it said, lead time is like 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, because they got to make it.
So I mean, I was like, oh, fuck.
Like, I need this before the wedding.
Yeah. So I reached out to them And I explained the situation, and this was on like a Saturday, and they're like, "Well, we're not open till Monday," but like the guy still talked.
At least he was talking. That's
no,
really
and
nice.
he
to
was
the customer
so
services.
nice, and he was like, "I'll talk to the people who make it. Check in with me on Monday. Don't buy it yet, and we'll see." And I did, and they were like, "Yeah, we can rush that order. Put it in your notes that this is you for the wedding," because I even explained the whole like sword situation and all of that.
Well, and I wonder, like, what is their business? Like, who do they sell to?
I don't know,
Because
maybe like police and stuff.
I guess that's true for the shooting guns and stuff.
Or like, because I think they even do that for like crime scene analysis and shit like
Just
that.
to figure out like if a bullet goes through
or like spray patterns and shit like that.
Something like that. But like, I feel like there's not many shows anymore that deal with. There could be.
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of TV, but dude, but that. Imagine that's your job.
I'm
curious what the skeleton is made out of.
I don't know either.
Because
I mean,
it looks
feels like a plaster.
It's like a plaster, but I feel like it's supposed to like kind of replicate the strength of a skeleton a little bit.
I don't know how strong the bone is though.
I did make like a Ballistic Boys little
video,
promo video, which was so fun because we literally took our swords and attacked these two dummies.
And they died.
Oh my God. It was awesome. You got us white turtlenecks.
Yep.
So we were wearing green turtlenecks for the wedding, but you were like, let's wear white for this because there's blood in them.
Yeah, I was hoping there'd be a little bit more blood in them.
I got a little bit of blood on me.
I got a little bit on
because
me.
my first hit, you went first because you were the groom and you bought him. And you went neck shot.
Yeah, decapitation. Because I got the first 2 shots. It took 2 to get it fully decapitated.
Yes, but it's so wild because it just, and it's also wild because I watched it in slow-mo how these swords are not good swords. You can
we didn't sharpen them.
No, but you can see like when it hits like the skeleton, like when your sword hit, it like bends like but I'm just like, dude, that was even if it's not fatality, that would fucking hurt.
Destroy a person.
Like,
Well, and your guys is what, because mine was at least sharp. It just wasn't super thick or anything. Your guys was thick, but not.
Mine was like a baseball bat. And yours, because your sword drew blood from your dad.
Yeah,
which is really cool. But I was the first one to go. I went head down on the guy's skull, on the ballistic skull with my sword. And you were like, there's blood in it, but we didn't see any blood. We didn't know any blood.
Because I thought it would be like throughout the whole thing.
No, but it was just like a balloon in the skull. So I went straight down and then blood splattered. Yeah. And I was like, oh shit. I got blood all over my chest and all over my pants. And then my hands were covered in blood. And then I washed it. It wasn't coming off. And I was like, oh shit, I'm going to have bloody hands for the wedding.
It came off a little bit. Jaden's didn't really.
But then he was grabbing blood and rubbing it.
Oh, gotcha. Well, that's fair, yeah.
Dude, it was, and then we took the bow and arrow to it.
Yeah.
It is wild to realize that weapons aren't as powerful as you think they are.
Well, my bow is only like a 20-pound bow.
But still, like when we're in the basement shooting it, I go, damn, that's powerful.
It goes in. Yeah, it fly. You don't see it like flying. It's just boom. It's just suddenly boom. There.
And then we're shooting it at this ballistics, and it doesn't even, it bounces off.
Yeah. And
but like, dude, if you were to, it's supposed to replicate humans. But like, if you were to shoot a human, I don't picture a bow bouncing or an arrow bouncing off someone's face.
Maybe from like this kind. I mean, they're probably not the sharpest arrows. They're probably it'd probably like at least puncture.
It would puncture and bleed, but like
maybe bounce off the skull.
We were trying to aim for it did go through like the ear. We got it to go through an ear, and then it did stick a little bit. But I was hoping for like an eye shot. I know, like a MythBusters.
I think also the skin is or the ballistic is thicker or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know, but dude, it was. I'm still like blown away that we did that.
Yeah,
because that's something I've grown up witnessing and watching. I love those types of shows with ballistics, but I just never even thought that a normal person can
just obtain it.
You can just own ballistics. You can just own a half skeleton, and like I got some really good, cool photos of you around them, and I got a photo of you like kissing them and stuff.
So what I got was the deluxe ballistic dummy gel zombie bust for $295, and I bought 2 of them.
Yeah, so $300 a pop, but shipping's pretty high too.
Well, I paid for fast shipping.
Yeah, for fast shipping,
so it was like $150 or something like that. But it got here quick, and they did a fantastic job.
And dude, it was so fun. And I just kept going, man, I wish I had a bazooka.
Right, yeah.
Can you imagine just even a gun?
A gun would be so much fun with those.
Holy shit.
Eventually, so I looked up, I think the ones with the guts are like 3,000. So that'd just be something to save up for way in the future. Just to gut one of those would be so much fun. Oh my God.
Yeah, imagine shooting a few times with a gun and then taking like a knife and just like... But dude, that's someone's job. Someone goes to a warehouse Monday through Friday
and makes those
and makes ballistics dummies
all day
for people to kill.
Well, because their like website's weird because they have some where it's just a hand. Because I think it's to test different things.
Yeah, I think it's for testing. Yeah,
or like just like a block of it, which I know like MythBusters will shoot guns into that. So yeah,
because they do like a block.
Yeah, this says Permagel 16 by 6 by 6 ballistic gel block FBI standard $100. So that's just a block of it.
You can shoot into it.
Which that'd be super fun too, because I love the way the bullet ripple thing looks.
Especially when you do a slow motion.
Yeah.
Dude, I I'm curious what Ballistics is made out of.
You can get a rabbit for $60. It has skeleton and I think blood in it.
Oh my God.
You could just cut that in half real quick.
Dude, it was incredible. It's
Maybe
like,
some with titties.
oh, got a little boob off.
You could. That'd be fucking weird.
That would be so weird.
That'd be really
I mean, it
fucking
was a weird experience because I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
It was just like,
these are real.
Like, we're doing this. And like, we took like some swords, you know, when we were cutting it, and it's just so fun to like pick it up and be like, damn, that fucking went through the neck and hit the neck bone.
Stick your finger in it,
Yeah,
like
and you're
they
like,
always do.
That's kind of disgusting. And you're like, imagine if that was a real neck. But also, you're like, damn, you could easily kill somebody.
Yeah.
Like
one chop of that sword will kill
someone.
someone.
People are fragile.
They're killable for sure, yeah.
But it is wild because it was just a chest.
Yeah.
And we didn't have a good way to mount it. So every time we'd hit it, the whole thing would fall.
Yeah, that was too. I should have thought ahead on that, but also I don't know what the fuck we would have
We
used.
also didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah.
We were in your backyard freaking trying not to get the cops called on us.
Which they did, because an arrow bounced off and went into my neighbor's yard. And as you loyal viewers will know, my neighbor hates us. So I could see the arrow back there and we were like, look at it and be like, can we get it? And then he was just standing there.
Yeah, he was in his backyard because he could probably hear us.
We were yelling all day.
And
Yeah.
we were going, kill it.
And yeah, he was just standing back there. I tried to talk to him and like, hey, sorry, like this one, and he just like literally just did that. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, he just like shooed you off.
So I knew the cops were coming, and they drove by twice.
We did have a drive-by. They didn't get out and talk though.
No, but they drove down, did a U-turn, and drove back. But this is when the photographer's here. We were all dressed
Yeah,
up.
luckily we were like, oh shit. When he gave us the shoe, we were like, okay, we should probably put the weapons away, clean up. Then the photographer showed up. We were taking photos outside in the front yard, and the cop drove by slowly, stared at us, and then did a circle and stared at us again, but didn't pull over. So the cop was like, okay, they're just having a wedding fun.
And then
the neighbor's probably freaking out. Is there any update on this?
Yes, a few days later,
shit.
there was just an arrow sitting on my front doorstep.
He brought it back.
He did. So only one arrow got back there, which I was happy about.
Okay, yeah, I thought a lot did. Yeah.
I thought it so too.
Yeah, because the arrows kept bouncing off. But at least, dude, I was worried that you were gonna have like a police report or something.
Yeah, I think he.
I think he definitely did call the police.
I think he called it on us to get it checked out, but he did not make a statement. Otherwise, my dad said I would have gotten a phone call.
Yeah.
So no, and then there was just an arrow there because he was like, "Hey Jacob, what's this?"
Oh yeah, because she
Izzy knew the scenario still, but there was just one just sitting on our front doorstep.
That is kind of scary too.
Yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't like with a note stabbed into the front.
Into the door, being like, "Don't fucking shoot projectiles,"
or just "You're next."
I mean, that is.
But at least now he knows I'm armed.
Yeah, but can you imagine being such a cynical old man that like you're just like, oh. An arrow. Okay, I get.
But also, you can call the cops if an arrow flies in your yard.
We looked it up. It is illegal. It is illegal because arrows are a weapon.
Rightfully so.
But can you imagine being a cynical old man and these young guys are just shooting arrows and one happens to go over the fence? It's not like we were aiming at him.
And it went through the fence and it went like 3 feet in his yard, which means it couldn't have hit anybody.
Yeah, it wasn't anyone near it, and it was because it bounced off your garage and then flew over.
Yeah.
Like we got it stuck in your garage a lot.
Yeah, but also. He didn't even know it was an arrow when he called the cops initially. He just probably saw us or back there looking at.
Just like causing havoc, drinking beer. Because we were wielding bow and arrows and swords with open container. But we were on your property.
But also we weren't drunk.
No, it was like I was on my second beer.
We were sipping PBR.
Yeah, we were sipping, which I'm sipping on right now. It feels so nice to swallow.
I bet.
Like when I first became unchoking, I was like, oh my God.
New lease on life.
The simplicity of life. Being able to actually enjoy liquid going down your throat and food. And it's, I've been so careful every time I eat since, and it's been like a week and a half.
Because I'll feel it start constantly.
And then just chug water. Yeah.
No, I get up, I go, and I drink some water hard, and then it's done.
Oh, dude.
That's literally what you have to do immediately.
I was so scared because it did it for 18 hours.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, it's only lasted me for and your cousin was like, it's only lasted like an hour for me max.
Because we take care of it.
I was trying.
But you weren't going through?
I wasn't.
Because you would drink some water and then immediately go to throw up.
Because because it's a panic. You panic. But now I know what it feels like to flush it. So if it ever does happen again,
chug water.
But initially I was chugging water bottle water. I think the open cup.
Yes.
Like a big cup. So then there gets air in it. And you can really chug.
Because there's less air in it.
And you can chug it faster.
No, I think that's what it is that there's not air in it.
Oh, really?
Well, think about when you drink from a water bottle, you have to let it.
Oh, true. Yeah, because and then otherwise
I do open cup,
and it can just flow.
Yes.
Yeah, which is so nice. So we did ballistics. We got fancy. We got dressed up, and then it was the wedding, dude.
Yeah. Wedding went great.
Dude, it was so nice. We did the ceremony. You guys freaking tattooed each other?
We did. Apparently the venue was mad about that too. When we have emails saying that we were allowed to do that, but apparently like while it was happening, people were like talking back there and worried about it.
What?
Yeah, no, we have emails saying we're allowed to, because swords were no, but tattoos were yes.
We had the sword in the car just in case.
Yeah.
But that was cool. And then we got a confetti cannon.
Yeah, which was the lamest thing ever.
So I had one job.
Yeah.
And well, I had a lot of jobs.
But during the ceremony,
I
one job.
had one job during the ceremony. It was like after Daniel, the officiant, goes, and I pronounce you man and wife, you guys kiss, I shoot the confetti cannon.
Yeah.
And I have like, it's like a button, you got to pull the antenna on and you click it and then it, and I was like so nervous. I had to be on my back. And then like you guys were about to kiss and I like hit the button and I was like, it's not going. Like I was like, I'm in front
It's
of
like that scene in The Dark Knight.
Yeah. It's like, oh fuck. And then the hospital blows up.
But then does Daniel check to see if it's turned on?
So somebody,
I think it was Daniel.
So when we did the rehearsal, we had it plugged straight into the wall, but in between then somebody put an extension cord on it.
So we could go a little further.
So we could go a little further, but then the extension cord was shut off.
Yeah.
Like it was like one of those power strip ones. And so that it didn't have power, and Daniel was just, and he flipped the switch, and then, but it was this big climax of, it's not going to just,
but also because the confetti cannon,
shot.
it was just a fan, so it just goes, and it's just like it blows the little petals. I'm curious what the photos look like.
Yeah,
like, does it even get like to my shoulder?
Well, because you turn over and you're like, fucking hit the button, and I'm like, I'm trying. There's photos of us probably panicking, and then going, this sucks.
And then just like, I'm excited to see those photos.
But then I had it in my pocket the entire night, so I was fully armed the entire night. And where you guys got married was turned into the dance floor. So the confetti cannon didn't move. So every once in a while, I would just randomly turn it on, and people would.
The staff was so mad.
Oh,
there'd
really?
be there was only like 10 flower petals left, and they just literally went up and dropped out, and they were pissed about it.
And she came over and she's like, "Can I sweep it?" And I was like, "No, I'm cleaning it up.
Yeah,
I made the mess. I'm
fine.
Yeah. Like it doesn't.
Also, don't worry about it.
Yeah, we're gonna clean it up.
There's some petals on the ground.
Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah.
But then there was a few times after it was like empty, where like people were dancing it, and I just turn it on and then turn it off, and people would go like, "Who fucking did that?" There was one time, I don't even know who it was. Some guest at your wedding that I had no idea. It was like two girls that were hanging out, and this guy came up to like talk to him. And right as the guy came up, I fucking hit it, and then they started getting mad at him. They thought he did it, and they're like, "Look at it," and then I shut it off, and I'm just like, just laughing. Dude, I feel like I had so much power because it's just in the corner. It was, it was a great ceremony.
No, yeah, everything went perfect. Like my only thing that I wish is that we just had more people dancing, because the dance floor was very much like kind of a middle school dance.
Yeah,
it was just a little circles of it.
I mean, I think the biggest part is the music wasn't loud enough.
Yes, that
so
if the lights were a little lower, and then if we just had a little bit more people.
Yes, but I mean, how many people do you think were there total? 150?
No.
Oh
no,
it seemed like a lot of people.
We only invited 150. I think we had less than 100 show up.
Oh damn. Okay. Well, the venue was full. It felt like it. Yeah. But yeah, it is weird. I mean, I had a great time on the dance floor. Our buddy Dan was busting it up on the dance floor.
Yep, he sure did.
Dude, he started dancing like crazy the first song, and I went out and I was like starting to dance crazy, and then immediately my back started hurting, and I was like, oh god, dude.
I'm old.
I was like, I'm old, and then I fought through it, and then I was able to dance the rest of the night. But I was like, ouch, this fucking hurts. It was great. I just wish there was more people. On the dance floor.
Also,
but I think the playlist was great. Like it was like
I was proud of it.
There was like a lot of like pop punk music, so like nostalgic for us elder millennials. But then there was like some classic 80s, some classics like 70s, some dance songs.
I try to do a good mix.
And then there was some Goofy movie shit.
Yep.
Yeah, you and your mom danced to the Goofy movie song?
Nobody else but you. Yep, the song that... Because I was waiting to laugh until I heard Goofy's voice at my wedding.
Yeah.
But my parents went on like a cruise for Disney, and they met that Goofy, so they got to talk to him about that.
Like the guy who sang it?
Yeah, the voice of Goofy.
That's fucking awesome.
They got to hang out with him for a night and talk about that.
God, your parents are so cool.
It's weird. They do just a lot of shit.
So at the reception, there was a food truck and everything, but your mom made a bunch of cookies.
Yeah.
And I was like so sad
because you were choking.
Because I didn't get to try any of them. I didn't get it, and I was just like, "Hey, can you bring some cookies tomorrow if I can eat?"
Yeah. And you couldn't eat.
I couldn't eat, but she showed up when we were setting up the venue with like a Christmas bag full of like, dude, it was like 3 pounds.
Yeah, dude, I didn't have any.
3 pounds of cookies. I've been eating through them, dude. There's these chocolate. So you know those peanut butter pretzels.
Yes.
So there were those, but then they were dipped in chocolate. Dude, those are so fucking good.
Yeah, those are my main requests for those.
Fucking good.
No, I didn't eat one that whole weekend.
I have so many, dude. And she went, let me know if you need more.
All right.
And I was like, thank you.
I will. Yeah, eventually I'll need more.
But she goes, because I was still choking when she gave them to me, and she's like, just put them in the freezer.
Yeah.
But it was a great.
No, everything went great.
It was smooth. How do you feel post?
Nothing is different.
Do you feel like a little bit relieved that it's done?
Well, it's nice to not to plan anything. Now it's weird that it happened. That was my wedding.
Did you get any? Because I always get this when I go like through highs. Did you get like a low afterwards?
No, not really.
Okay. I mean, because it's a marriage, but like
yeah, no, not from that.
But it's just like you've been planning for a year and a half.
But like. We weren't planning that whole year and a half.
True.
There was just moments of stress where we planned something. And
every time I do a super high thing, it's just like the next day I'm like, now what? You know?
No, because I didn't want something next.
Yeah. You're like, can I just take a break for a little bit?
No, and so now I'm at this nice where I don't have to worry about what's next. I can deal with the now. Right
you can be like, okay, I can actually focus on this.
Yeah,
I can
what's happening now.
Yes, instead of being like, I get married in 2 weeks. I gotta fucking make sure all these little details are.
Yeah,
that's gotta feel relieving. But yeah, it was freaking. It was a great.
No, everything went perfect. Which is really weird.
I was just so worried I wasn't gonna be there.
Yeah, me too.
It would have been. It would have been kind of funny.
A little bit.
But
it wouldn't have been worth it.
But also, it would be really fucking sad.
Yeah.
If I just died the day before or the day of your wedding.
Yeah, that would have been sad. I would have made the news, probably.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, just literally, of all days, he literally choked to death because of the rehearsal dinner. It just took 18 hours.
Yeah, he slowly couldn't breathe and then eventually croaked.
Died.
What a terrible way to go.
One bite of a chicken sandwich, 18 hours later.
I'm just dry heaving. People come into my apartment. There's like blood in the bathtub. Yeah. I'm like half naked on the floor, holding my chest.
Yeah.
Just
your best man speech scattered.
Yeah, it's just note cards everywhere. I did like a note card speech because it was part of the bit. Mm-hmm. And I had so many note cards.
I know.
I just kept putting them on the table.
Yeah, when you were setting them down, it made me laugh. Yeah.
Because my initial idea was like stack them, like
sure,
but then I was like, it feels like there's so much left. Yeah. So I was like, it's kind of funny if I just put them down because the stack starts filling. I do have a game.
Yes,
if you want to play.
Yeah,
the Newlywed Game
for the newlyweds.
So let's get into that. From Des Moines, Iowa, here come the Newlyweds. It's the Newlywed Game, and now it's time to meet the lovely couple. Couple number one, and the only couple playing the game, Jacob and Izzy White. Been married for less than 2 weeks now, and here is your host for the Newlywed Game, Robert Zortman. Welcome back to the Newlywed Game. I'm your host, Robert Zortman, and we got a great game for you tonight. The young couple is freshly married, and we're excited to play. We hope you're excited to watch at home. Woohoo! Here are the rules. I'll be asking the lovely couple some questions, and they will both write down what they think the answer is on the whiteboards. The goal is to match answers. For every match they get, they will get a point. Let's find out how well this newlywed couple actually knows each other. Now, these are actual questions from the Newlywed Game.
Okay.
So don't get mad at me.
When did this air? The 70s?
1970s.
I love it.
15 questions first up. And again, these are real questions from the game show that I watched today. Which of the 4 main seasons does Izzy think give the best description of her chest? This is a legit question from the game.
Like my titties?
Yeah.
Oh.
Which of the 4 main seasons does Izzy think? And you guys try and get the... It's a tough one.
So, can you give us options?
You have 4.
Yeah. Fall, winter, spring, and summer.
You meant like seasons from a TV show.
Oh.
No.
Season 4.
Season 1.
No, which of the 4 main seasons, weather seasons, does Izzy think give the best description of her chest? So what does she think? But you guys have to both write it down.
It's my only thought process. I feel like it's not her thought process.
That's the tough part, and the goal is to match answers. Okay, when you're ready, let's see the answers.
Do a countdown.
3, 2, 1. Izzy put winter.
Mounds.
Mounds. Oh, like mountains and spring.
Because they're perky.
I mean, both good answers.
Springy.
I mean, both.
Oh, because
It's
they're
a springy, yeah.
Both good answers.
Yeah.
But that's not a point. This game is tough.
This is dumb, actually.
Question number
Wait,
2.
winter meant mounds to you?
Yeah, like snow mounds.
That was one
What
of
the
the
fuck
guys.
is a snow mound?
One of the guys in the 70s was like, winter because frosty mountains.
Oh, all right. So you didn't roll with that guy.
I'm a dude.
Number 2.
No, that should be your newlywed.
Whose mother-in-law has had the most to say about how you two run your marriage? Jacob's mom or Izzy's mom?
You're bad at this. Oh.
Did you put Jen?
I put your name as in your mom. Like comments about the way we do it? Probably yours.
How you two? Damn, they didn't get it wrong. They both said each other's
I was
mother-in-law.
gonna say Anne is my mother-in-law, and I would take everything she has to say about our marriage in.
That wasn't what the question was.
Yeah, you got to pay attention to the question. These are very.
The question is who has the most to say? Probably your mom.
I think your mom. We don't see my mom that often.
I think it's more of like
We
This could start
see
a
your
fight.
mom more often.
sure, like technically she would have the most to say, but it would be like nice
Is
stuff.
it because my mom posts on Facebook?
No. I mean more like negative comments about the way we live our life. It's kind of what the question alluded to, I thought.
Yeah.
Oh,
have the most
yeah.
comments
Negative
about.
comments?
I mean, it
He
doesn't-
said negative.
It doesn't have to be negative,
But
but
did
that's.
you take it negative?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't take
This
it
game
negative.
show is tough.
Shit.
Most of
okay.
the couples get 2 right.
All right.
Sure.
Number 3. Where is the busiest place the two of you have ever made whoopee?
Busiest?
The busiest. This is a real question from the game show.
We have never fucked outside of our home.
But where is the busiest place the two of you? And your goal is to match answers. This is wild. All right, when you're ready, I'll do a countdown to reveal.
He's writing a lot.
He's still writing.
Oh, 'cause it's not really that, but it's like kind of that. All right,
All
ready?
right, 3,
Or
2, 1.
I put my apartment.
Bedroom.
No, like my apartment, like close to the window, probably would be the busiest.
Yeah,
It's a
but
tough
you were-
question. Still 0,
I
3.
don't know.
These are really tough.
This is a stupid game show, Robert.
It's a really funny game show to watch because the couples are like, I don't fucking know. Number 4. With Jacob's eyes looking directly into Izzy's and your nose are touching, how would Jacob finish this sentence?
Okay, so in this exact scenario,
In this exact scenario, how would Jacob finish the
pay
sentence?
attention.
My darling, this close up, you look like a blank. How would he finish the sentence? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, she erased and started over.
I'm saying honestly, what would I probably say in this?
And the goal is to try and match.
I don't think we match.
I'm curious what, because it's the wording's so weird. Oh, she's still writing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ready? All right, do a countdown.
You ready?
Yeah.
3.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, okay. With Jacob's eyes looking directly into Izzy's and your noses are touching, so you're staring into each other's souls, how would Jacob finish this sentence? My darling, this close up, you look like a...
So I'm going to say there's 2 right answers. I'm going to write the second one just in case.
Yeah, if she gets any match, I'll give it to you.
Because it's what I would honestly say.
I don't know.
What
What'd
does
you
that
say?
say? A lobster?
She did the it reference? No, a bug.
Or an alien?
Yeah. From if we were touching nose to nose, what would I honestly say you look
my
like?
first option was a deer.
That would have been my
That's
third.
too close, yeah.
No, so more on that route is
Okay. Number 5. Which of these 4 gardening terms best describes the night of your wedding? So you have 4 choices to pick from.
Okay.
Companion planting, direct seed, organic, or worm casting.
Ooh.
Which of these 4 gardening terms best describes the night of your wedding? Companion planting, direct seed, organic, or worm casting. You ready? 3, 2, 1.
Organic.
Worm casting.
Just because it's a funny word.
Dude, worm casting's so funny because it's definitely about a cock.
And you knew it, too.
I knew you were going to put that, but it was
The goal is to match,
the
guys.
correct answer is organic.
The goal is to match. You gotta think about what you.
Worm casting.
Okay, number 6.
How many
Nothing-
questions do we have?
15.
We've gotten 0 right. One was even 50-50 odds.
How would Izzy... So you listen to the wording of this.
Okay.
How would Izzy says Jacob would complete this sentence?
Okay.
During my bachelor days, I was known as the guy who...
I have a specific answer.
Oh, then I don't fucking know.
All right, you ready? 3, 2, 1.
Fucked.
Was a whore.
I would take fucked.
I guess, okay, I'll give you a point on that.
Because I said was a
was
whore.
a whore. Dude, when I was watching this show,
He
the Bachelor was like, fooled around a lot. And then the wife came out, I was like, he fooled around a lot.
Fucked.
I was number 7D.
Shut up.
7D.
Stop it.
7-0.
Isn't that the number? Wasn't that his apartment number?
No.
Oh. Okay, number 7. This one's a little bit easier, hopefully.
We'll see.
What are the 2 main colors in Izzy's wardrobe? And it's tough, though, because you got to match. All right, you ready?
No, I only have one color.
Oh, you need 2. What are the 2 main colors?
I'm going easy.
So,
3, 2, 1. Black and white, and James said black and green.
you have a lot of green shirts.
Do I?
Yes.
You got. I'll give you a half. I'll give you a half
Gray
point.
was my other option.
Sure.
But black was, I always wear black. I almost did black and denim too. Because
Ooh.
I wear a lot of denim, like shorts or pants.
But that's not a color.
And that's kind of what I thought too.
Number 8. Again, this is a real question. Where would Izzy say is her least favorite place to make love? Her least favorite place. I wonder who was writing the questions for this game show back in the day.
Where we have fucked or started to fuck. I
Yeah,
have an
least favorite.
answer.
Okay.
If that helps at all.
You can't do it before the countdown. You're bad at this.
Let's see. 3, 2, 1.
I said these chairs.
Shower.
No,
Oh.
I don't
Oh,
like shower
sure.
sex.
Sure,
We've
yeah.
talked about that before.
You
I
fucking
don't.
those chairs?
No, I don't think
Which
we
one?
have.
Yeah, we have.
I'm not into PDA. So
This is your home.
That's by the window, so that's
yeah.
why I would
That's
say
true.
these.
there's another thing that he does where like he wants me to put my titties up to a glass door. So
I'll
he
lock her
tries
in
to
the
do that.
pantry.
Yeah, I knew about the pantry bit.
He tries to do that with the front door, and I keep saying like, no, that's outside. I won't show my titties
Yeah, I
outside.
don't actually try.
So it's kind of
No.
So it's kind of the same thing,
And the truth will set you free.
but I don't like shower sex.
Okay.
You're at 1.5, and you're in question 9.
Nice.
This one should be easier.
We'll see.
Okay.
What was the first movie you guys watched together?
We've seen so many.
What's the first one you watched together? First. Tough.
I know it was a horror movie.
Then you're not allowed to talk.
Yeah, you're not allowed to talk.
Yeah.
In the actual game show, what you guys think? In the actual game show, the women go away. The men get asked questions, and then the women come back and have to say what they would say, and then they show them. And then the guys go away, and the women get asked it. It's weird. There's only 8 questions per like a 30-minute episode. Do you have your answer?
No.
Sometimes you just got to come up with something.
You're bad at this.
Horror, Friday the 13th, part 4.
Wait for the countdown to show it.
I'll give you a half point. Horror movie.
Is it Friday the 13th?
Part
I said
4.
part
That's
4,
what.
yeah. That's my guess.
Okay, yeah, probably.
And what's nice is it doesn't have to be a right answer.
Yeah, it's
It's if you guys match.
I know that the late
So
summer
I was
horror
half
movie for me.
right.
Number
Nice.
10. Which Disney princess does Izzy think she is most like?
There is one. Think about it.
I am.
Use your brain. If you get this right, you'll be at 3 points. And you'll win the grand prize if you hit 50. 3, 2, 1.
Rapunzel?
Oh, Sleeping Beauty.
I like to sleep
Oh,
so
sure.
much.
I don't know. She seems like this, like, kind of like.
Rapunzel has long hair.
No, but also like she's.
I like to keep my hair short.
Well, yeah, her hair is long, and not just because of her hair. I'm saying personality wise.
I like to sleep.
Sleeping
Okay.
Beauty is a good answer. Good answer. Number 11. What does Jacob think is the worst date you two have been on? But what does he think?
Have we been on a bad date?
There's got to be a worst. Oh, Jacob's writing quick.
There's one.
Uh-oh.
I'm
I think she knows
gonna
what it
write
is.
something, but I'm nervous.
Sure.
She knows what it is. The goal is to match. 3, 2, 1.
Pierce the veil.
Pierce the veil. Oh my God, they got a point on their worst date. Wow.
So it's the correct answer.
Yeah, that you guys.
That's why when you looked over at me, I was like, is that what he's actually writing?
You guys got a point. Number 12. What is the best meal Izzy has ever made for Jacob?
Shit, I'm trying to remember what, like... Oh, I think I have an answer, yeah.
She does a lot of great cooking.
Ooh.
I did this like twice in a row, and I think he liked it.
3,
2, what? Chicken parm, feta pasta. So kind of close.
Right, the chicken parm
The
was
feta
good too.
pasta is very good. That is
I mean,
that
they
is one
both
that I
sound-
can do consistently.
It's like
pretty
a
well.
really easy meal too. It's
But
nice.
after we went to Sam's, I did chicken parm twice in a row, and I think both times
those
it was
were-
okay.
They both sound like great meals, though.
Yeah.
Like, they both
Yeah.
sound like really good.
I'm
Number
not cooking
13.
tonight.
There's 3 left. Number
All right.
13. Where were you the first time you ever bathed together? Where were you the first time you ever bathed together? And these are real questions they talked about on
I feel like that
real
should-
TV.
I feel like that should be an easy answer
I
for
mean,
everybody.
depending on how long they've been married, I guess. I don't know.
I guess.
Or dating. I mean, back in the 70s, people were kind of prude, too. So there's
Not
a lot of
everybody,
sex
though.
questions. Yeah, not everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Izzy's apartment.
My apartment.
What all did you write?
I said Jacob had no bath, and we have none now.
Damn, so that's
and
another
I'm very
point.
sad about it.
yeah.
1 point.
But my apartment had a great bathtub.
Number 14. What 2 words, so only 2, what 2 words would Izzy use to describe Jacob in bed as of lately?
As
Two
of
words?
lately.
As of lately. 2 words.
Because I was going to say, just to describe Jacob, can
No.
we try that first?
This is the question from the game show. 2 words Izzy would use to describe Jacob in bed as of late. So not even overall, just as of lately.
I'm nervous.
I have an answer that I think works.
This game is wild.
I don't think you're going to write the exact same thing as me.
If you're close, I'll give it to you.
All
All right.
right.
3, 2, 1.
I put in charge.
I said butt toucher.
Oh, Jesus.
You've been all over my butt recently.
In charge is pretty good, but I was thinking 2 words.
He also has been in charge a lot recently, and
As
it's
of
been
late.
fun.
As of late.
It's been very fun, ladies.
The last question.
Ladies.
Oh, lady, listen to this fucking
Sid.
bullshit. Number 15. What date did Jacob propose on? I'm looking for month, date, and year.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, it was, I know the month.
I know
Month,
the month.
date, and year.
Do you know the month, date, and year?
Nope, I'm the host. I don't have to know any of these.
I'm going to guess.
But this is how strict the people are on the show. He goes, judges, will we accept that answer?
All right, I have an answer.
I do too.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
May 16th.
March.
Oh, no. Yeah, March 16th.
It was March
Yeah.
in 2023.
No, I knew it was March. I accidentally, yeah. No,
Because
March.
it was,
19th.
I can tell you the day it was. It was my last day at my office
yeah.
job at the government,
So it's a
and I know
Friday.
that I ended in March. It was a Friday, probably,
I put March 16th.
but I put
He
March
initially
19th.
put May for the people listening at home. He put May.
But I knew it was May because I knew it was...
It was March.
Or,
he said,
sorry.
yeah, he said May.
I'm
It
bad
was
at those
March.
two. I knew it was March because it was right. It wasn't long after Taylor's bachelor party,
It
and that
could
was
have
over
been
St.
March
Patrick's
19th.
Day.
It could have been. I don't know the goal is to match. You don't have to be correct.
Yeah, it was March of 2023. I
Yeah.
can guarantee you that. I don't know why you put May.
Because I'm bad at the M months.
So out of 15 questions, these
We got
newlyweds got 4 points.
Woo!
That's pretty good.
That's not
Give
bad.
me more.
That's all I got.
Give me some Robert questions.
Oh man. You know how long this took me to come up with 15?
Yeah, just give me questions about Jacob.
What?
Oh, and you got a match?
Yeah.
Oh, how many times has Jacob dyed his hair?
Oh.
That's a tough one. I don't know the answer to that.
Died?
Dyed.
Twice.
Ooh,
Oh, I said
2 and
3
3. That's
times.
pretty close.
We're
Pretty
also
close.
still not waiting for the countdown.
What did you dye your hair?
Darker brown and then darkest brown.
Wasn't it black?
That was darkest brown.
Why you put 3?
I
put two.
put 3.
Oh, you put 3. Sorry.
I wrote twice.
Okay. It's so hard for me to think of these on the spot.
Think.
How many years did Jacob and Robert break up for?
4.
Yeah.
Oh, am I supposed to write it down?
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
You can say no.
Let's do one more.
Okay.
And write it down. Don't talk about it in person. Would you ever join the Mile High Club? And the goal is to match answers. She's writing a lot.
I see that, which means we won't have the same answer.
I thought the thing is like a yes or no question.
So did I.
3, 2, 1.
I said yes, but like
no, I'm afraid of heights.
Oh, sure. No, I saw a thing where it's like you can rent a private plane for $1,000 that is just a bed in the back.
Oh, so you can actually do it.
But that's not like joining the Mile High Club.
No, it's not. But
yeah, you gotta do
joining the Mile High Club is fucking
in a tiny
an airplane
bathroom.
bathroom.
There was a couple in the 1970s that were like 757.
But you can get in
banned.
federal trouble for that.
That's why my yes was like technically
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I
I'm
think it would be
afraid of
fun, but
heights.
who cares?
Yeah.
Would you, Robert?
I'd be interested.
Yeah.
Interested.
I would be intrigued. And that was the Newlywed Game Show.
Woohoo!
Hope you enjoyed and hope you played along at home. I wonder if anybody else at home got more questions right. That'd be wild if someone did.
I'll kill you.
Oh my God. Well,
All right.
this has been the Moist Monday Podcast.
Bye now.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for being a part of it. Happy wedding. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Dry bones, lazy bones, big bones, dance around in your bones.